Hello, so today we're going to talk about manifestation and specifically about negative thinking and about how our thinking affects our ability to manifest. Specifically, negative thinking. Okay, so when you are thinking negatively, is that making you create negative things in your life? Like, do you have to freak out and worry all the time about the things that you're thinking about because, oh my God, that one thought is going to manifest something that we don't want? Well, yes and no. Let's get into this. Okay, so by and large, the things that you think about on a daily basis aren't going to affect you in the long run unless you're thinking about those things all the time. So manifestation is really about like the main thing that you're thinking about like most of the time. Okay, so if most of your thoughts are focused on the things that you're wanting to create, then you're fine. You don't have to worry about that. Okay. And so that occasional like negative thought or whatever isn't going to derail you at all. So you don't need to freak out and worry about like every single thought that you're having at any given moment, because those thoughts don't really matter. The thoughts that do matter are the ones that you're having all the time. So if you're mainly thinking, well, I'm not going to manifest this thing, or I can't do these things, and that is your predominant thought, then yeah, absolutely, that is going to affect your ability to manifest the things that you're wanting to manifest. So what does this mean? This means that you can afford the occasional negative thinking episode, all right? Or feeling down about something or whatever. And what you do in those moments is just don't focus on manifesting, okay? So like when I'm having a down day, and those happen, right? We all have down days, but we don't have to worry about, well, that's going to totally derail our manifesting if you do what I do, which is I just kind of enjoy that day of feeling down, okay? So I just don't manifest on that day, okay? I don't focus on the things that I'm wanting to manifest because I know that I have a negative attitude, right? So if I start thinking about the things that I'm wanting to manifest, then I'm going to have a negative attitude about those things, right? So I don't think about those things. I think about just enjoying being in a negative attitude. And I hang out in bed and I don't talk to people that day, and I don't put my energy out because I don't want to affect other people with my negative attitude. So I kind of keep it to myself, but I enjoy it. Okay. So get that popcorn, watch the movies that I want to watch, be in that negative attitude. The next day or whatever it is, when my attitude is changing, then I can focus on manifesting and things like that. So I want to make sure that I'm maintaining like a positive attitude and high energy for the days that I want to manifest and the things that I'm wanting to manifest with or on. Okay. So yeah, don't worry about those little days. That's okay. That's going to happen. Now, however, if you think negatively all the time, and actually, this is kind of common. Apparently, 80% of our thoughts are negative, right? So what do we do then if 80% of our thoughts are negative? Okay, so that's when you really have to like focus on, okay, I need to focus on my thoughts and be aware of what I'm thinking. And you can do that by paying attention to how you feel. Okay. So your thoughts are going to make you feel a certain way. That is the natural reaction. Okay. So you think a thought, it makes you feel a certain way. All right. So pay attention to when you feel lousy, because more than often you will be thinking a negative thought. Okay. So if you pay attention to how you feel at any given point, if you're feeling good, right? If you're feeling high energy, then there's nothing to change, right? You're great. You're manifesting great. Your attitude is great. Your thoughts are great. So you're great. You have nothing to worry about. Okay, so what you pay attention to is when you feel lousy, because when you feel lousy, clearly your thoughts are lousy, right? So then examining your thoughts at that moment. So firstly, wow, I feel lousy. I think I should examine my thoughts and my thinking because clearly I'm making myself feel lousy. So then you start paying attention to your thoughts, your thinking, okay? All right. So then you want to work on modifying those thoughts, all right? Now, again, if you are in a negative state where you can't improve that negative state, then revel in that negative state, take that day off, don't manifest on those days. But if you are able to change your attitude, then you want to begin to increase your positivity in ways that you can change your thinking and your thought process, the ways that you can change like how you're feeling. There's a scale, I don't remember what the scale is called, but it's essentially, and I'll put it up here, but it's a scale of all of your thoughts and feelings and like the corresponding energy or frequency that is related to that. So, feeling like guilt or depression or whatever is a certain low frequency, right? But like joy and like positivity and all these things are going to be more of a high frequency. And so you're just finding like the thoughts and feelings that are moving you up that spectrum, okay? And so if you're only able to like move a little bit up, to the point of neutrality or whatever, right? Great, that's better than where you were before, okay? And when you get to that space of like neutrality or whatever, it's easier to go up from there, right? It's harder to go up from like depression or whatever, right? But at least it's easier to get to a point of neutrality. And from there, it's easier to go up. Okay. So just go up one step at a time and just like during those times, don't manifest, right? During those times that you're in that low frequency state, don't focus your attention and attention on manifesting. Just get through that time and focus on changing your attitude, changing your thought process, changing your emotional state to a point where you can manifest, okay? During that time, as long as you're not focused on the things that you're wanting to manifest, generally, you're not going to be putting that negative energy into it. Now, it can bleed into it and it can affect it, but yeah, just try not to. I know, complicated. But that's a whole other video, so we can't go into that at this one. But anyway, yeah, so just keep on improving your mental state to the point that you can manifest and use that manifestational energy. All right. Eventually, your energy will get up to a high enough frequency that you can focus on your manifestation and that you're putting positive energy into the things that you're wanting to create. So worrying about that scale or focusing on that scale is only something that you need to do if you're in a low frequency state and you want to improve that frequency state, that emotional state, that thought process state, right? So that's when you focus on that. And as far as these things affecting your manifestation, like I said, just don't manifest on days that you are in a low energy state, and then work on bringing that energetic state up. So, yeah. And yeah, I'm hoping that this is making some sense for you. And I want you to really understand that, by and large, if your general focus, your general thought process is fairly positive, but you're having these occasional like low days or these occasional like low thought moments, like don't fixate on that. Don't fixate on just the, oh my God, I have this one negative thought, and is this one negative thought going to totally derail me? No, it's not going to derail you. It's not going to derail you at all, because manifestation is about focusing on the general thought process, the general perspective that you're having. So if you're generally focused on it in a positive way, you believe that you can achieve that thing, then no single thought is going to change that. Okay? It's only if your main focus is a negative focus. And then at that point, you really want to examine your thought process and examine why you're in that negative frame of mind all the time. And maybe like why you don't believe that you can manifest these things, or that you don't deserve these things, or whatever those like belief structures are that's prohibiting you from getting to that positive state. So going into that and understanding that. So yeah, I hope that makes sense, and I hope you understand that. I have another video about manifesting that you can check out here. And thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you appreciated this.